Welcome to live chat. It says. All right.
What am I eating first? Cheese?
No, we can have a little cheese.
I mean, cheese or chocolate.
Hold
And
on. I
then
don't want
just
this
two
falling
peppers
off.
we're
There.
eating is with it because he's doing this with me and I hate not having food. Do you usually do your pepper reviews with food too when you're by yourself?
Yes, I do them with my breakfast sometimes. All right. I just want to check our. I want to pull the comments up.
We gave up on the just pod by himself. It's so boring.
Yeah, and we don't.
We have
even
plenty
like
of those videos anyway. If you want to see that,
Yeah,
go
literally,
back and watch all
like,
the other
tons,
ones in
so.
the beginning.
I am so hot. I just started getting real kind of lightheaded right before.
We don't. There's not that many peppers that we could find that we haven't reviewed.
Yeah, but these are two that we have never reviewed, guys. So
Wait.
it's a special occasion at the BullCow household, and we'll probably do more than two peppers. But I think you need to move over.
Well, and thankfully, every year there's new crosses from multiple people.
All right. Can you move a little bit, just this way? Like you can have your legs there, but.
If I was a midget, I don't know what to do. I'm blocked. If you move this box, I could.
Why does it look like that? On this screen, you look fine.
His wooden box that he uses to set in front of the camera sometimes is on my knee, so I'm stuck.
I don't like the way it's literally, this camera right now is zoomed way in. Like when I do challenges, it's not
I don't like that because then you can tell that I'm an elderly woman.
Alright, well, I don't know what's going on, why it looks like that. There we go. What's up, y'all?
When the picture quality is bad and it's zoomed out, I look so young.
Yeah. We got pods. Walker, Texas Peppers. What's good, brother? Cheers to you, man. All right, so tonight we're gonna review two. We're gonna eat more than two peppers, but we're gonna review two peppers that we've never reviewed today ever. This is a mustard brain strain.
I guess I know what that is. Then.
Big old earthy.
Mustard ghost and a brain strain.
No. It's not.
It's not a cross?
No, it's just a mustard brain strain. There's no cross on that. It's just a straight mustard.
Oh, they're just talking about the color. Sorry.
Well, yeah, but there's mustard.
I don't know. Like, I'm not used to stuff like you.
Espicante,
no
what's
more
good?
interruptions from me.
This is a Bismarck chocolate. That was a cross by Rocco Maltese from Italy, and I believe it's a skunk chocolate cross with maybe a 7-pot Douglas, some kind of 7-pot.
I never even heard of skunk chocolate.
Skunk chocolate. Yeah, I don't think we've had one.
No, we haven't. Well, I haven't.
I got really hot there for a minute. All right, so without further ado, let's get these things cut in half.
He was hot before the video.
No, I just got hot right before the video out of nowhere. It's weird, man. It's like...
You probably had them near your heart.
Probably does. Who knows? All right, so there's the...
We never know what's going on with him. It's either blood pressure problems or heart problems or something.
There's the interior of that bad boy. Well, we'll do a cheese and cracker, then you can do some chocolate or here. There's a...
I'll take a nibble of the flavor.
I'm going to actually cut mine into two so I can have two crackers. Because I got the bigger half right there. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Pretty earthy, right? We'll just do a half a cracker.
It's a really good one. It just tastes really fresh. It is earthy, but it's not like a earthy. I don't know how to explain things.
So, Chomper, what's up?
It might be a little bit citrusy.
A little bit of citrus notes, little earthy tones, mustard earthiness.
But citrus mellows out the earthiness. Makes it taste fresh. It's like if you ate
It's hot.
It's like how you would picture grass might taste if it was really tasty and hot.
These are from Laver. Like I'm from friggin' New Hampshire. Laver Pepper Farms.
My descriptions never make sense.
Down in Florida?
Oh my gosh. It's
up,
real
Tiger?
hot.
It is real hot for a mustard pod. Wow.
I should have prepped. Actually, I might not finish this. Because
Holy mackerel.
that's prep worthy hot. Just know it's real good and real hot.
I've ate some of the other mustard pods.
I eat more of it when
that
I get
one
some
was
crackers
huge though,
in
and
it.
it was really thick. But we have more. We don't know if they're the same one or not, but we know for a fact because
I haven't eaten anything in like 4 or 5 hours except a tiny piece of chocolate. That's not good.
no, you had mac and cheese about at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but
4:30.
what time is it now? Isn't that like 4 hours
Eight-
ago?
Yeah, that's right. It is.
I stand not corrected. Plus, I was sharing that mac and cheese with 2 children, so I didn't eat much of it. My girls love to eat. I try to eat, but they're so ravenous. I don't get that much sometimes.
Oh my god. That son of a gun was brutal, man. I just drank water and ramped it back up like an idiot, and I'm sweating. I should not have drank.
It's
that
really
water.
good, and I would be eating more right now if I wouldn't worry about my stomach. That's very good. And I ate part of the placenta, and I didn't detect any bitterness or floral.
You didn't even eat the whole piece.
Well, I'm sure if I ate the whole thing, I might detect some bitterness and floral, but I'm not. I'm trying to protect my stomach. But what I did eat some of the placenta, and I didn't get any bitterness or floral in that bite.
Wow, guys, that thing is that's one of the hotter mustard pods I've ever had, man. For how much I ate, and I ate it with cheese and cracker.
But it's one of the best tasting
Yeah,
by far of the mustard pods.
I've hinted some. I've gotten hints
It's
of
hard to tell when I
citrus.
don't eat the whole thing
I've gotten hints of citrus.
what the placenta tastes like.
I've gotten hints of citrus
Sorry.
in some mustard pods before. You guys can go back and watch some of the videos. You'll hear me say it.
The placenta tastes good to me when I lick it. But if I chewed the whole thing, I wouldn't lick it. I don't know. That's a good. I'm just shocked because usually if I get even close to the placenta, I don't even want to finish the pepper and I start gagging. It's good.
Wow. And the hang time. Guys, you already know, man. You get some mustard pods that just the hang time on them is long, man. That's like, I'm still burning from it. Where if that was a red pod, I'd be coming down right now.
It's so good that I'm wishing that I'd prepped so I could eat more of it right now.
Well, you can eat a little more with the crack. Eat a couple more crackers.
I'm just going to eat a few
Then have
crackers
some
and have more.
chocolate. You'll be all right. It's just pods. I mean, a half a pepper. It's not gonna be that. Let me. All right. Let's.
I've been trying to do a better job about eating a little bit less enough to lose a little bit of weight. But that's why I'm worried about my stomach because I've been not eating very much today.
All right. This is the Bismarck, guys. That's the skunk chocolate crossed with. Comment below if you remember. I know that it's from my brother from Italy, Rocco Maltese. It's one of his crosses. He crossed the skunk chocolate and something else. At one point, somebody said that he didn't say what the other pepper was. So, and these the phenos on these are different too, quite a bit. You'll see phenos that are. You'll see phenos that are more resemble the skunk chocolate than this.
I love Rocco Maltese's name.
Rocco Maltese.
It sounds like I should, like if I created a movie, I would just name a character that. I just like the name.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if we have a son, can we name him Rocco?
That's what that's what it was. My son's name was gonna be if I had a son.
Really?
4 children ago.
It's meant to be then. Sounds like we're supposed to try again, don't you think?
That was my nickname, so one of them.
I'll have fun practicing with you.
Whew.
Practicing is the right word.
Now, you're not gonna believe this, but that mustard pot hit harder than this chocolate.
Working towards the goal of having Rocco.
But that chocolate pod tastes good too, doesn't it? You guys know us. We don't like chocolate pie.
It was really good until I got to the placenta, and then I started having the trouble I have with all pods. So that's not me downing this pepper, because almost every pepper I ever eat, I have a lot of trouble once it gets to right near the placenta. So
it's got some bitterness.
It's good.
It's just like floral.
It's just like all peppers. It's just this green thing is a freak of nature. Either that, or it's just that one pepper that happens to be a little bit less bitter and floral, or it's just because I didn't eat the placenta all the way.
If that's the same, now that one was, I saved that one, and you guys can look at the thumbnail. The thumbnail is those two peppers, right? But I saved those because they were, they were the nicest looking too. But I got more, and these could be brains also. It's just that some of them had a stinger on them, and I don't know if brains get, like this has a stinger. I don't know if that's the same pepper.
People who like floral, though, would be in love with this, because I don't like floral at all, but I can see how someone who does like floral would really appreciate this, because the flavor is really good. I love the type of earthiness it has, and the floral of this is much better floral.
All right, look it. Mrs. BullCow had one of these, but I have not. So guys, I don't know what this is, but we're gonna cut it open. It's getting soft, so I don't know how much of it I'll eat. This is like a burgundy, and then one side is red. I don't know what this is.
My point is, this is an unusually good pepper. I'm just not I'm not a...
Oh, that smells so good.
I'm not a eat the entire pepper person. I'm a eat around the placenta person.
All right, I'm trying this burgundy pod. It's very soft, and the other one was kind of soft too, but... You ate one of them the other night. Do you remember if it was good? I don't know. You probably don't remember. But it's like a burgundy color.
I didn't pay attention to what I was eating. Like each specific pepper that much, because I was eating it with food. But I liked all of the peppers.
I gotta ask him what that one was. I got his car over here. Lava Pepper Farms. We got a box of pods that I've shared with coworkers, left home with Mrs. BullCow, and she's ate a bunch, and I've ate about 10 of them.
I have a request.
And we still have, look at that. And I'm taking these out tomorrow. We're gonna go burn some people. I'm gonna try to do a burn on the street session.
I have a request, and I have a suggestion for y'all. This Rocco Montesi pepper, what's it called?
The Bismarck.
This one's the Bismarck, the one you give me.
Yeah.
The Bismarck. I want him to buy a lot more of these so that I can try and train myself to like floral. There's not a lot of bitter. It's mostly floral, and it's a floral that I think I might be able to acquire a taste for. It is a pleasant floral. I'm a wimp when it comes to floral, but I think if I ate these enough, that I really think I could acquire a taste for it. I've heard other people acquire taste for it, and I thought that would be impossible for me.
Oh, it smells.
But this pepper gives me hope.
Oh, that smells so good. I don't know what this orange one is. It's bumpy. It's freaking just smells like smell that. It smells like the Caribbean as soon as you bust it open.
Do y'all say Caribbean or Caribbean?
Billy Ocean, Caribbean. He's from the Caribbean.
I can't even smell that enough. It just makes me need to sneeze every time I try to smell it. It smells good, but even when I tried to breathe in when it's all that far away, it made me almost sneeze. It must be really hot.
My kid's upset because
it's a
commercial.
Yeah, well, the song, the end of the episode.
Where's Mommy put the remote?
It might be on the brown chair.
It's not.
The arm.
I just had it before.
I don't know where to put it.
I got it.
I keep forgetting to try the pepper by itself. I like to do that first.
I'm done with that. Wow, you tried that orange pod? That could have been a fatality, but there was definitely, it had bumps on it, and it was, the pheno was off.
I love the fruitiness.
And if that was a fatality, guys, then it's a really good one that really stood out. Because I've had them before where I've had fatalities that just taste kind of like a yellow scorpion. They just taste, they don't have a lot of flavor. I've had them before where they're very fruity and citrusy. I'm not sure what that was. That could have been.
I forgot to say.
He's got so many kinds of peppers that. And when you get winter peppers like this, it's what I call them, winter peppers. You get some very off stuff. Then you get some stuff that.
I'm so worried about my stomach.
Well,
I don't mind eating a placenta with food, but I'm not doing it this time because of my stomach.
We don't got a lot of people watching live tonight. There could be people doing challenges and stuff. Plus,
it's Friday night
our views. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, Friday night, and it's the beginning of warm weather.
Yeah. So. Today's the first day of summer. I had just 18 more plants that I didn't put outside, and guess what? I put them outside today, just to be safe. Because them things ain't gonna get stunted. I got a bunch of other plants that are stunted because I put them out there, and it got cold. Now I didn't lose any. I didn't get no frost.
Is this mine?
Yeah, take a little bite of it. You ate one of them already, though.
I've liked all the pods I've tried from this box, whatever they are.
Yeah, very good pods. I haven't had a single one that I dislike.
Me neither. I usually hate chocolate. I hate them.
Last year, this time of year,
loved this chocolate one. I was
had
overly
some
critical.
Nasty pods.
That's why I didn't just say it's amazing. It is a really good one.
All right, I haven't seen any
Especially considering that it's brown. I shouldn't even mention the fact that it's floral because it's brown and it's not bitter. Ooh. That's what matters. It had no bitterness, right?
What?
The brown pie. I didn't eat the placenta.
Very little, very little.
And the floral,
you guys
like
know,
I said,
I pick it up. I pick up on bitter real easy.
Like I said, the floral was a good floral. Even though I hate floral, I thought it was a good floral. So that says a lot. And my suggestion to y'all that I didn't mention, but you probably already figured out, is that you should maybe, if you also have a problem with floral, you should get that pepper too, and do like I'm doing, and try to train yourself with floral. If you can train yourself to bitter and floral and heat, that's when you can get in pepper competition and do well. Well, unless it's speedy and you have trouble eating fast like me. There's a million reasons I can't do the pepper competition.
She can handle the
heat.
She can do the heat. Like that's the one thing that.
Well, when you get into like upper level pepper challenges, I would definitely have trouble competing against the top dogs. But yeah, with the local North Carolina one, if it wasn't for speed, I could win because there's no pepperheads that are like serious pepperheads there. I should be able to stop them, but they stomp me.
I'm going to try a Mrs. BullCow move. I'm going to take this pepper. I don't know if it's a prima tally or what, but I'm going to put the chocolate bar. Yeah.
Like I said, Johnny Scoville was at one, but he wasn't allowed to compete. So I was the only person there that actually does stuff on YouTube and eats lots of peppers. At the time, I wasn't. At the time, I wasn't eating any peppers and wasn't on YouTube. But the next year, I did it again, and they still stomped me. And I'd been eating peppers all year and trained for it, and I was smashing large quantities of hellhammers at once in my mouth at once. Like I could have, if it wasn't for the speed, I could have done really well. But anyway, that's what we've been trying to tell everybody. Pepperheads that aren't Johnny Scoville, because they're not allowed, need to come to North Carolina and compete. Because you guys, no matter who it is, if you're a pepperhead, you're going to win if you can eat fast.
Chas, you got to try one of them red pods with this damn chocolate. I just ate a little prima tally. Yeah.
Literally, there's zero serious pepperheads there.
You going to use that one? Try that one. I don't know. I got to ask them. I think they need prima tallies, these ones. Especially this time of year, man. That's what they look like. They're small. Prima tallies don't grow that big anyway.
Of course, there might have been pepperheads that were.
Oh, it was killer, man.
Woo! The reason I'm saying that I don't think any of them are serious pepperheads is not because they don't have channels. It's because the person who always wins is not a pepperhead, and we know that. So it's not this is not us just saying things out of assumptions. I really think that we're correct. That none of them are serious pepperheads. Am I wrong?
No, Ben isn't that I know of. I talked to him
winner,
a couple
right?
times. He wins every year. He flies up from Arizona.
And we don't think he's a serious pepperhead. We think he's just a
Holy
speed eater.
crap. I'm lit, man. That little red pod with that piece of chocolate, that just finished me.
And it's also because we're watching a competition. They're not getting into serious peppers. They're not getting into high level heat
last time.
And the people that are winning are burning from the lower level heats, but they're just getting through it because they can eat the jalapenos and they can eat the serranos and the whatever they're having. I can't remember, like banana peppers, wax peppers, like it's mostly a speed eating contest.
It's exactly what it is. 30 seconds to eat a freaking huge giant jalapeno or wax pepper, like it's stupid.
I was whining about it last year because I was so disappointed because I trained so hard. It just felt like such a waste of all that time and energy. And
she couldn't even get burned. She's getting a pepper.
I didn't even get close to being burned.
6, 7
and what
peppers.
frustrated me about it is
something
when
wrong.
I went to try and just insinuate that it would to the people who were doing it. One guy in particular, when I went to go get my shirt, I was trying to be like, would y'all ever consider not having the jalapenos and stuff? And he was telling me,
she was being nice.
He was telling me, though the jalapenos, because of all the juice and water in them, they make your mouth really, really hot, so you can't handle it. And I was just like, I was so frustrated because I was like,
are you kidding me, guy?
No, I felt so annoyed. I was annoyed because I'm like, I didn't want to say, absolutely not. I would never get burnt from the water of the jalapeno after eating it. Whatever I ate, I can eat hot stuff, man. You're wrong.
No.
I just said, oh, okay. Maybe I should assert myself more, but he would just think I was, and he would not believe me. You know how people are. If I told him that he's wrong, I could win, he wouldn't believe me. Because I just sound like I'm full of it.
Yeah. We're going to do our own pepper eating contest this year. We're going to be the real deal.
But yeah, we forgot to say, did we say it's $1,000 to the winner.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
So if you come here,
second place is $300.
If you come here and win, they put your plane ticket will be paid for.
In your hotel, and you get yourself bring a bunch of hot sauce home.
We've been talking about this for a while now. If we can convince enough people to come here for that and try to compete against each other to try and win $1,000 and also be able to say, I won the North Carolina pepper eating contest. You can put out that on your non-existent pepper resume that none of us actually have, but it just exists in Ethereum. But what we want to do is have our own pepper contest, like have a North Carolina pepper contest. Let me switch with that. I could probably have chocolate in my teeth.
That's my last sip of cold water.
That's actually hot,
Damn, that water's making it worse, man.
So if we get enough people to go to that, maybe we can have a second one the next day, or the day before, or something, or the same. Not the same day. That wouldn't work. But something here. We live very near that place. It would be easy for people to just drive where we are and where the biggest hot sauce collection in the world is, right basically in our own town. We could get there in 10 minutes.
That's right, September.
So it's the perfect place. It's the perfect place for lots of people to come for the North Carolina pepper competition to see which pepperhead can actually win that, and then come see the largest pepper collection in the world. And then if you want to go down to Pucker, but that would take an hour?
Hour and a half.
And see Bella and Dark, or maybe they'll come up here if they want to, but they'll probably be too busy. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in our little area to make it worth the drive to try and win the $1,000.
And Johnny, if you want to come back this year, we'll be there with you. Johnny got done dirty by these.
Oh yeah, you can visit Johnny when you're here.
He got done dirty by these guys. This BullCow been done dirty. Listen, I'm not gonna
At
bash
least they
it all
believed that Johnny could win.
Listen, I said something. The reporter last year, you know, he was a dick, and I don't mean.
He was so rude to the reporter, and now you're still being rude.
I'm sorry.
Later, he hasn't even got over it, and you're
I'm sorry,
saying
but
bad words.
I'm sorry, but this guy just, anyways, whatever the case may be, yeah, I was pissed off. So I'm glad that she talked to the promoters afterwards and not me, because the guy that gave her the shirt, he's a nice guy, and I've talked to him over the years. You know, they're good people, man.
He doesn't know I'm a Pepperhead.
They don't know
He was
better.
there last year when I wasn't a Pepperhead, so he probably thinks she still couldn't win, you know?
Yeah, but still in all, it's like this. We want to see some endurance, man. We want to see some people burn. You ain't seeing nobody burn. You seeing people, they're all tapping out from a jalapeno, man. I didn't even
get a stomach ache.
She didn't even get to the Reaper this year. It was just, they went Hungarian wax pepper, this freaking big, then jalapeno, then habanero, then ghost. Then they go back to the jalapeno. I'm like, what the hell? Where's the damn Reaper at? You know? So
I'm not greedy, I'm not
gonna take part in it at all.
I'm not greedy. I don't care about losing because I'm not competitive either. But it just would have been great to our Pepperhead to win, no matter who the Pepperhead is.
They were gonna let her listen. They were gonna let her.
I would be happy
go
if
up on
any
the main
Pepperhead
stage,
won.
They had so many people. They had a lower level, then they had a stage up top. The guy said she could go up there. She was still chewing the jalapeno. She hadn't swallowed it yet.
And that's why he's so grumpy. He wants to see a Pepperhead
we were being honest. She was being honest. Now the kid that was next to her, the one that's in the front page of the paper, is him and her next to each other. The kid, the green-eyed kid, he was still chewing the pepper too. But he went up there. He went up the stage.
That is also a little frustrating because everybody else might have still been chewing afterward, and I'm the only person that's not. And maybe that they knew that that's allowed.
Ben's legit.
I'm just confused.
He's like Mike Jack. Like, he's like straight up, man. But anyways, yeah. So shout out to Ben, Arizona, man. He wins every year.
And the people who are still chewing, I don't have any problem with them because the judges were allowing it. I think I just didn't want there to be any like blurry line of like if I had I didn't want there any be like ethical issues with me.
Well, she was being honest, man. She was still chewing the pepper. She walked off, and you know, I think she's still tied for fourth place out of 16 people.
I looked
last
at the
year,
judge.
Tied for third, I think, or fourth. Yeah.
I looked at the judge,
and
I did something. I think I did like this or something. I was trying to tell him I still had stuff in my mouth, and he gave me the okay to keep on going and tell me to go up and say. But I didn't know if he understood what I was trying to tell him.
Because the other kid was still chewing it as he walked past him.
So he probably did know, but
up to the stage.
I just quit because I wanted to just make sure I was being straight up.
Yeah.
You know?
But the thing is, man, that they're chewing them damn jalapenos. Listen, we tried. So Jason and Chris got on it. They did a jalapeno contest on Instagram, and I just happened to have a bunch of jalapenos to train her for this contest, and I jumped on with them and tried to speed eat jalapenos. It didn't work, man. First of all, I think I ended up getting a stomach ache. I don't know how many Jason and Chris ate, but it's like
that's really hard. That's the hardest
terrible,
thing for me,
man. It's terrible. Nobody, I'm telling you that, and that's why I get.
And I don't have a strong gag reflex or anything. It's just
jalapenos are meant for slicing and.
It's just a lot. It's just big.
Making poppers.
I don't know how anybody does it.
Yeah, but eating and these jalapenos, guys, they're 5 inches, 6 inches long, man. This big around. They're not like a regular size. No.
And then they had us eat something like the wax pepper was like this big.
Yeah.
They gave us extra time for that, but that was.
They gave you 30 seconds.
Hard.
Actually, it was ridiculous. So, you know, anybody that's watched the League of Fire chili eating contest, those are the real deals, man. Those are the real deal. Y'all are gonna see.
I could never do that
one that
either.
hasn't been released. The only few people seen it, but I was there. And there's a bunch of other ones I've watched online. I've seen some good pepper eating contests online and in person. But let me tell you something. They do it the right way. You are getting rocked, man. Like, you are straight up. You better know what you're doing when you go into it, because guess what? You're getting rocked.
I've never tried to do one of those because, I mean, unless it's like 20 years from now and somehow I'm miraculously not sensitive to the bitter and floral anymore. I don't think that will ever happen.
She don't like the texture of pods either, though, guys.
And
it's not
the
just
seeds,
about
the texture.
yeah.
I'm autistic. I have sensory processing sensitivities, so certain things are not okay for me. If you're autistic, if you have an autistic, some of y'all have autistic children. Those are the children that are like, no, I'm only going to eat chicken nuggets and pizza and this and this and this, and they won't eat like half of what you give them because they have food sensitivities. So that's what I have. I have food sensitivities.
Oh, look at this. Just got this in the mail today. We'll do an unboxing quick before we let you guys go.
But anyway,
are you done with this knife? Yeah, you.
I could never do those unless they like have a chocolate covered pepper competition, and then I could get a decent way through. I don't know how far I could get. I don't think I could win.
Who wants to participate in Mrs. BullCow's own? We're gonna make a.
Oh yeah, if y'all come to North Carolina, it's gonna be chocolate covered.
We want to make Mrs. BullCow her own.
So I have a chance.
Challenge, but stuff she can do with people. Well, she's got her own challenge. You want to
I don't expect to ever win anything.
She made one cracker, okay, one chip. Guess what? I thought she ate it. It's still in the jar. You've been nursing that thing.
I haven't eaten any of it.
Right,
no,
guys,
I did. I ate like half of it, but
so this is
I just forgot about it.
I won this. Oh, look at this package. Oh no, there goes the sticker.
It's good, but
It's a magnet. Look at this, guys. Jersey Girl hot sauce. Yeah, baby. I won this. There's a bracelet. Some swag. Lots of stickers. Oh, yeah.
Joyzy.
There's a magnet. What else we got in here?
My
What's this?
pastor's wife from one of my previous churches, she's from Jersey. I don't know anybody is from Jersey.
All right, hold up.
I don't know who the Jersey girl is either.
All right, hold up. Oh yeah, and this wrap's really nice.
If
Look
you
at
have,
that.
do you have a lot of different products or mostly hot sauce or?
Oh, Jersey Girl's hot sauce. She's got a bunch of hot sauces, and she's got the group. I think is she's an admin. I think that's her group.
Which one?
It's hot sauce lovers or for the love of hot sauce. One of the two. I don't want to be complete. I don't want to be wrong. Put that there in the thing. All right, so this one is the. Does that say B? What's that say right there? Because I don't have my glasses. Right there, honey. Look.
Be sweet. Be with 2 E's.
Be sweet. It's a honey hot sauce. I seen somebody posted a picture of this. Thank you so much, Jersey Girl. Listen, I seen somebody post this today, and I was like, I think that's the same one I won, but I'm like, I hope it is. So I appreciate this so much. And the swag. You didn't have to do all that, but I appreciate it. Excellent package. So yeah, I win stuff once in a while, guys. I'm telling you, I'm one of those people that used to not enter stuff because I never won anything. Yeah, I mean, I'm just being honest. It's just like, whatever, you know? Hold on.
Oh my God. Hurry up.
I got her.
We just heard a sound that made it sound like our daughter fell. But she and I, we often make exaggerated sounds when things happen. Like if I drop a hairbrush, I scream.
She's playing.
She's playing.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it sounded like the freaking kid.
I don't think I could ever win a competition, but I would love to engage in a competition where I can just participate and get like however far I can get, like halfway through or whatever I can do. Because I don't get to be able to do that with the North Carolina one.
What's up, Dizzy Dragon? Yeah, you already know what it is. We're here. We just ate like probably the hottest mustard pod I have ever eaten. I think it was. Anyways, it was there's a piece of it left. Mrs. BullCow's piece. That's how you know it's hot. That was a mustard brain.
I've never eaten cheese and chocolate at the same time.
Whew. Oh, I just had to run up the stairs.
That would be good.
I thought my daughter was mustard brain strain. That's what it was.
Do people already do this?
It's our first time trying one of those.
It sounds like it'd be really good to
I don't know
do.
if these are the same or not.
What's that thing called? Baked brie with dark chocolate.
This
do
one's
people already
not
do that?
the same.
Like baked brie with dark chocolate drizzled all over
that
it.
one's not.
And some fruit. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, But the we got some fatalities here. What I think I ate just a prima tally just now.
I've already eaten way too much chocolate.
These look different. Now some of these chocolates are not the same. This one's super bumpy.
I haven't eaten much.
This one's smooth.
I basically just ate a little bit of chocolate. Well, a little bit too much chocolate.
Oh, I want to tell you guys something. So I still have, anybody that wants to know, I still have that chocolate 7-pot Primo plant. It's the only, it's from 2021. And it's just a little stump like this, but like this big around, but it's got some new shoots coming off. And let me tell you something. So everybody talks about the second year that you get more production. So when you overwinter a plant, the second season it'll explode. I had a yellow scorpion plant that proved that to be more than true. The Apocalypse Scorpion and even the chocolate. But anyways, that chocolate Primo, check this out. You guys can go back and watch video of it. I actually reviewed one. I was outside that day. I can remember clear as day. And I don't know what happened with oh yeah, Thomas had some. So check it out. And Cool Finos, that's right, Dizzy Dragon. And yeah, don't quote me on that it was hotter than every mustard pod, but it's hotter. But I have my tolerance is shot. But Mrs. BullCow's with me, so it was stupid hot, right? The one we just ate.
The mustard one?
Yeah.
It was really hot.
Yeah, it was really hot. But I also my tolerance.
I mean, it's the beginning of pod season.
Crap, and we
but
have
my tolerance,
pods. Yeah, it's got that.
I don't think my tolerance is that low.
The hydrocapsaicin burn to it that if you were to dry it out though and send it in, it'd probably test it frickin' 1.1 or something. But it's got the burn of something 1.7.
Yeah, a lot of the hydrocapsaicins, they will just like rock you, and then they won't test. They're like, but don't sleep on them.
Yeah, just when they dry out, they're not going to test as high on the SHU. Anyways, so let me tell you about that chocolate Primo plant. Thomas got to eat a bunch, and I mean a bunch of those last year. The first year, okay, and I grew it, the pods were kind of smooth, like they weren't all superly bumpy. They were kind of glossy looking, like smoother. I mean, they were literally more like a chocolate hob almost, right? And guess what? I ate a whole one right outside. The video is up. And it wasn't that bad. That was in 2021, right? So I overwintered the plant, and I was like, all right. And then last year, all of a sudden, they got bumps on them. They got tails on them. Not all of them had tails, but probably 70% did. And they were freaking brutally hot, man. So that's the second year. So I'm like, how is this even the same plant? So, yeah, but that's the only overwintered plant I have. We'll see what happens with it.
I hope you never have to overwinter plants again.
No, the overwintered plants.
I hope you're not talking about overwinter plants again.
Okay.
Never.
I brought plants inside. They weren't overwintered. Those were alive plants that had pods on them, and I got aphids in the house. The overwintered plants didn't have aphids because I cut them down, rinsed the roots, and completely. They can't have aphids.
I'm not just being a nag I mean, I consider myself a traditional wife. I submit to my husband.
That's
People
right.
don't do that anymore. He's a leader. But I'm going to have to pray really hard and talk to him politely until he repents.
Right.
If he tries to bring overwinter plants in my house again, because it terrifies me. Because the problem is I have a gazillion rare plants in this house worth thousands of dollars. Like, if we have, and this year we spent hundreds of dollars buying aphid lions because of the overwintered plants giving my plants aphids, and it's just it was just a nightmare.
Yeah,
but,
I brought in plants. Listen, what I did was I had plants that had burned out, like in, I don't know, late August, early September. They just produced like crazy, and then I didn't give them any fertilizer, and they just burned out. So I just chopped them down, man. Shoom, shoom, shoom.
Do you still have water? I probably have
and they just freaking blew back up, and so I got pods in November. I was like, oh crap. But me being stupid, I brought them inside. I got some lights. I had them, left them in the front window. You know, I just brought the whole pots in. Big mistake, man. We did not even know that there was aphids on
She's
them.
just playing,
and
right?
All of a sudden, just out of nowhere, and you guys know that's how it is. Out of nowhere, I just look, and I see the flowers are all weird looking. I'm like, what the heck? And man, they were friggin' covered in them. And so, lo and behold, I will never do that again. I'm gonna probably try to grow. I might try to grow indoors a little bit, but I guess I heard if you grow like the white ties and some of those other peppers they're easy to grow inside and you'll get a ton of them. But super hots, it's a different story. So
How many people are watching?
we have 7 now. We had 11 a little while ago.
The aphids remind me that it's National Pet Month this month. So if you want to, please comment what your pet is and if it's ever accidentally ate hot peppers. And actually, the aphids were a pleasant problem in the long run because I am kind of excited that I decided to try and find what pet might help with the aphids to help because the aphid lions did a really good job, and they got rid of all of them. But I wanted to have a kind of pet that would keep them from ever coming back again, possibly if there ever got like 1 or 2 in the house. So we got mourning geckos and dart frogs because both of them eat very, very small insects because they're very small. And they mostly hunt, both of them, by movement. So that is a problem because aphids barely move. However, if they will eat them if they see them. So they should be a little bit of a help in the future if like we find a plant that we see a bit of a problem, we can get the aphid lions and then we can then isolate the plant with the mourning geckos and the dart frogs. And they're really cool pets. And my daughter, I let her pick out which dart frogs and which tiny geckos she wanted. And I was glad she wanted the mourning geckos because they're parthenogenic, which means they clone themselves. They don't need a male to reproduce. So I just think that's interesting. Plus, their eggs are never sterile that I know of. So you get tons of them. And I like colony animals that have 17 sugar gliders. I like having a lot of movement and excitement, and they're very interesting. They make a lot of sounds, and they don't just sit there. The same with the dart frogs, make a lot of sounds. They don't just sit there. The dart frogs are diurnal. They're out during the day, and then the mourning geckos are out at night. But yeah, I'm just excited that they're. But that's a good small example though of how. Forgive me if you don't believe in God, but it's a really good example of how God uses all things for good. Like he'll take anything and use it for good, even a freaking aphid. I think the mourning geckos and dart frogs are gonna be a really big blessing for our family because it gave me the idea to. I was gonna try to do a show with the sugar gliders on the homeschool learning channel. I'm trying to start with my daughter and her be the host on YouTube. But I decided to either do that with or in addition to, I want to do a colony animal like pet channel. You know how they have the pet channels? I decided to get more colony animals, and it's got me learning about all sorts of interesting stuff. And I just think it'll be a blessing for our family to help me be able to be a Proverbs 31 woman, which is the woman in the Bible that helps contribute to the income of her household. Because right now I make very little money, and I'm working for the first time in a long time because after COVID I lost my babysitting job. So I like being in the home, taking care of my kids. I homeschool, but I want to be able to make some money while I'm at home. That's good that works with me being able to spend as much time as I should with my kids, or as much time as I want to with my kids.
All right, Dizzy Dragon says that he had leopard and yellow and leopard ones, yellow and white.
Leopard geckos, yellow and white like albino, or a different kind.
I don't know, leopard and white.
Or you mean
Are you done with this
a
chocolate?
white one that's leopard spots? I don't know a lot about
You guys,
geckos.
look
I'm
at
just
what,
getting into it. I
see,
used to have.
This is like somebody on cocaine right here. You give her a little bit of capsaicin with chocolate, and this is
No,
what,
no, no,
this is
no.
what happens. Every
No,
time.
I've been like this all day. I woke up and I ate chocolate for breakfast. I had a little bit of chocolate for brunch, and I haven't eaten since brunch until that chocolate. So I have a sensitivity to caffeine because I don't eat a lot of it. But
Geeked up, guys.
yeah, this is me on caffeine.
And capsaicin.
The capsaicin, I'm sure it helped, but I've been like this all day. Me and Eliza were dancing around the living room like I was 12. Like I had so much energy, and I'm usually very tired because I don't get a lot of sleep. But that caffeine, you got me going. But what's I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with the geckos, so I don't know a lot about. I know what a leopard gecko is. I think they're adorable, and but I don't know about like the different morphs, the colors. I used to have boa constrictors. I had a pastel boa, and then the basic kind of color, whatever that's called. And I've had a lot of turtles, a lot of different kind of turtles. And I had an aquatic frog growing up. But that's all. That's the only kind of reptile I've had until these dart frogs and morning geckos. But I'm about to get emerald tree skinks, which they do also do well in large colonies with one male. Everything I'm getting do well in very, very big groups, and then the bigger the group, the better they do. Which is it's very rare to find colony reptiles, but they exist. The emerald tree skink and the morning geckos are the only ones I've heard of, and the dart frogs are the only ones I've heard of so far. Well, not all dart frogs, but certain kinds of dart frogs. They're the only ones I've heard of so far that thrive in really, really big groups. I've seen some. I've seen tortoises though, and turtles, and things like. Sorry, I'm going on and on about this because it's the first day of National Pet Month, so I was figuring I might as well. But and because I want to tell people that I'm starting this channel because I'm trying to gauge interest. But what was I gonna say? I've seen turtles and what are those things called? The Komodo dragons. I always see them with other Komodo dragons. So there are a handful of reptiles that like to be together, but most of them are solitary.
Yeah, the morning geckos. All right, guys, we're gonna get going. We got to get the kids to bed soon. We're gonna go have a fun day tomorrow. We're gonna burn some people. We're gonna get burned, and we're gonna take the kids out and have a good blast of a time with them. We're gonna be tired tomorrow. I'll tell you that. But we'll upload some videos. We definitely will have some content for you tomorrow. And also we will be
I didn't look at the comments.
Yeah, you look at the comments quick. We will be Sunday I might do that.
The dragon neurodivergent too.
I might do the building blocks. I don't know why nobody's done it yet. But I might do the building blocks challenge. I have a feeling it's gonna wreck my gut anytime there's a chocolate challenge, and it's gonna be harder than the last one.
Yeah, the morning geckos can drop their tails too. I don't like that.
And then anyways, Chastity and Thomas,
Hi, Thomas.
Are gonna get together and do the Rage and Bolt Mango Jerky Challenge soon. We'll do that on Instagram. Tom, I was gonna see about Tincture Tuesday, but so this Tincture Tuesday this week, same time as Tincture Tuesday was that we were doing at 8:30. Last week we had the Scoville unit do a training for the League of Fire match. This week is going to be Liella and Ryan from Today's Adventure. They are going to be doing the training because they're going to be in the Road to the America's Belt match in San Diego in June, and we're trying to get their tolerance up. So they had that 16 million 1 year soaked.
I'm going back in all these comments.
Crazy tincture and some pods.
Dizzy Dragon said his dog eats his bell peppers on purpose.
I've heard of that. I know they won't usually mess with a hot pepper though. And but anyway, I remember my brother's dog, we used to have like chunks of jalapenos in our burritos we'd just make, and he'd throw him a bite and he'd go and then he'd start sneezing afterwards.
It's good to feed your cats and dogs some vegetables and stuff. I know a lot of people are against it, but well, as a Christian, I believe that everything started eating fruits and vegetables in the Garden of Eden, and then after the fall, they started eating meat. But also, like, just my experience with different kinds of animals. I had a lot of omnivores, and I had a coyote, and coyotes are the most omnivorous canine. And my coyote would like get nuts and eat them between his paws, and he ate a lot of vegetables and stuff because they have to. As coyotes, they need to. And actually, and I think the reason he died is because when I moved, I just had so much going on that I just had like I said, I'm autistic, so when you have a lot of stress and a lot of new things, I had a big breakup, and I had and a lot of stuff going on. There was just changes in my life, so you have a problem with executive function sometimes when that happens if you're autistic. So it's just something I just forgot. And one of them was that I need to make sure that my coyote is not eating just meat. And I started feeding him all meat. And in fact, I was feeding him a lot of ham, which I found out later you also shouldn't feed to dogs in general because it's hard on their digestion. But him being a coyote, I think it was even harder. And then he wasn't getting any vegetables and no nuts and all the stuff that he was getting previous. So he passed away. He passed away shortly after I started feeding him all meat. And I really attribute to that. Like I said, the coyotes are supposed to get a lot of variety. They eat more like a bear than the other dogs do.
All right, guys, we're going to get going. Thank you guys for joining us tonight for this.